good morning to all of you. It's very nice to see young and promising faces and the future generation of India. I'm happy to deliver a lecture on World Soil Day. Uh, we know soil, the soil it is under our feet, and nobody cares about the soil because it is many times it is used as a dump yard. But many international days are celebrated like Whale Day, Whales Day, or like the Biodiversity Day, like that. Considering the importance of the soil, the United Nations has announced December 5 as a World Soil Day, and it was celebrated annually since 2015. This year's message, every year they have a theme. This year's message is that soil is for nutrition, where the food begins. That means if the soil has a good nutrition, it is fertile and has free from pollutants like pesticides and other things, the food we eat also will be healthy. So the nutrition, human nutrition will be very good. So in this theme, I'll be giving just 10-15 minutes in awareness on soil, and I'll begin with the solar system. In solar system, the Earth alone is a living planet because it has the atmosphere which protects us from the extreme events of cold and heatness. Like if you see the Venus, it is very close to the sun. So that atmosphere is very cold. It is very cold. It is extreme cold. Nobody can live. In Mars, there is no water. So, but in Earth, we have the atmosphere and water, which gives life to our Earth. And then, what is soil? It is. You might have read in your studies that it is the uppermost crust. The Earth crust has four. The next layer is the mantle. Then upper layer is the crust. The top layer is the soil. That means the earth crust, after interaction with so many factors like climate and temperature, rainfall, organisms, of these factors, they are converted into a soil. This fertile soil helps civilizations. You might have read Harappan, Mayan civilizations and Egyptian civilizations. They have flourished very well in the river basins. River basins, you know why it is river basins we have the civilization? It is because of the fertile soil. The soil which is eroded from the uplands. But if we see the Indus Valley, it is from Himalayas. Whatever the soil is eroded, it is settled in the Indus Basin. So that soil is very light and it helped the people to go for settled habitat. So that the civilization flourished. And then again, when the people are over exploiting the resources, there is an imbalance of system. So when the soil cannot supply your nutrients, when we are excessively taking up from say, if you are having 100 rupees, but you are going for 150 or 200 rupees material purchase. So what you will do? You will be going for a loan. If your loan is low, if you are increasing the loan in excess of your capacity to repay the amount, that there is a collapse. Like that in soil also, if your supply is not limited and your exploitation is more, there is an imbalance. These civilizations have collapsed because of over exploitation and soil degradation, and these are also one of the reasons for destruction of these civilizations. When we come to the present, okay, now I see how the soil is formed from a rock. It is upper crust is only a rocky material. There is granite, there is igneous rock, there are sedimentary rocks, there are metamorphic rocks. These rocks are converted into a soil by these processes. First, on the soil, there is a moss and lichens. These moss and lichens you might have studied. This can grow in the rocky surface. When they grow, they penetrate into the rock, so there is a void. and then they are producing, the roots producing the organic acids. Because of organic acids, the weathering starts. Okay. By through this weathering, the parent material from the rock, the rock is powdered into a granules, little granules. Then over a period of time, by the action of these factors like climate, already I said, because of precipitation, temperature, and then organism. O is for organism, and R is relief. If we see the relief, if we are traveling in a mountainous area, in upper portion, the depth of the soil will be very light. You might have observed in hilly lands like Garacharma, Calicut, the depth of the soil will be very less, only few feet. If you are going to the lower parts like Choldari, there the depth of the soil will be very more. So these factors along with parent material, if you are going for a sedimentary rock, alluvial soil will be there, that fertile soils will be there. In upper portion, granite, clay soil, you might have read, no? Clay soils, soil types in India, granites, that black soil is coming up where? It is in Deccan region because of that molten magma. Then if we are in coastal region, you can see the alluvial soil because of the sedimentary rocks. Okay, so these factors play a significant role in formation of the soil. For forming a few centimeters of the soil, it takes hundreds of thousands of years to form, but this can be eroded in a single year by deforestation. You might have seen by like if you are going through the from here, if you are starting, then if you are going to Sippighat side, there is a unmanned destruction of the hills and hillocks. Okay. Then I said, what is the importance of how the soil is formed? What are the factors and how it is important? If we see the importance, it is for three reasons. One, soil is a living system. As I said, it has microbes, fauna like earthworms, insects, and also, so in a few grams of soil, there are thousands of microbes are there. So these microbes and this microfauna play an important role in providing nutrients to the plants. Second factor is that as it is few years, if the soil is found in thousands of years, in few years we are destroying the soil. And the third important is the nutrient. It is important for the nutrition of the plants. If the plant is provided sufficiently with balanced nutrition, the food we eat is also depends on the crop. So there is a link between the soil nutrition, plant nutrition, and human nutrition. These three factors are important. And then the studies, like the world population is around billions, 10, 11 billion, the population is there. So 95% of the crop production of food comes from the soil, soil as a growing medium. Though we are having a hydroponics or vertical farming, so soilless culture, so many things, but they support only very few percentage of food. But the 95% of the food comes from the soil cultivation alone. And then the soil is a storehouse. It forms the nutrients through the weathering and formation. Second, it recycles the waste. So recycle the organic waste. That means by it decomposes the organic material and releases the nutrients for the crop plants. So I said the plants takes up the nutrients from the soil. Here, what we see, there are 18 elements. 18 elements, you might be knowing what are the essential nutrients required for plant growth. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, you might have studied. There are 18 plants. There are 18 nutrients. 3 comes from atmosphere. Remaining thing comes from the soil. That is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen comes from the atmosphere. Remaining thing, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium. All the things come from the soil. If there is imbalance of nutrients, see, a farmer is having the soil cannot provide the nutrients continuously. So there should be an external input through fertilizers or organic manures or some other means. So if a farmer is using only a specific nutrient, say if I am having 1,000 rupees, what I will get? urea alone I will purchase. The remaining nutrients I won't purchase because it is costlier. So what the farmer will apply? Go on applying urea year after year. So what will happen? The other nutrients like phosphorus, potassium, those things will be imbalanced, limiting. So you see, if in a class there is a one person who is extraordinary well. So if in other person if he is in the lower ladder, what will be the average? The average will be defined by these three people. If we are bringing this lower class to the upper middle class, then the average will be more. So similar system will also operate in the plants. So this is a limiting law of limiting factor. That is a factor which limits the growth has to be improved. So for balanced nutrition, we know we should go for a balanced application of fertilizers or any other external input. Then as I say, over the years, it is the civilization is existing on the planet thousands of years. Over the years, because of excessive utilization of fertilizers, there is a imbalance of micronutrients, especially zinc, boron, so many things. If we are eating those plants or those crops which are limiting these nutrients, there is hidden hunger. Though the person looks healthy, but there is a problem of anemia. Anemic, you might be every women, at least 70-80% of the women is having anemia. This is because of the nutrition. So what we have to do, this is just to create an awareness on the soils, how the soil nutrition affects the plant nutrition and ultimately the human nutrition, our nutrition. So for improving the human nutrition, what we have to do, there should be a sustainable management of the soils. Like see, there are 6. One, we have to map. Soil mapping is not must. Soil mapping, that means that already you might have seen the map of India, soil map of India. So in each district, we can have where is the soil is fertile, where is the medium fertile, where is the low fertile, or where is the nutrient is limiting. Once we know the critical areas, then we can go for a direct or targeted application of the nutrients to manage the to improve the fertility of the soil. Second factor is that promote crop diversification. This diversification, like for example, a farmer is growing only rice year after rice. Have you seen the rice too? Have any of you seen the rice too? It will be concentrated only in the upper portion, 15 to 20 centimeters. So the rice will take the nutrient from that portion only. The down layer will be acid. So what we are promoting, there should be a crop diversification. After rice or after cereals, there is a pulse or there is other tuber crops. So that the nutrient requirement of a rice will be different from that of the pulse. If you are going for a pulse or green manure crops, there is a supply of nitrogen. Or if you are recycling this, that balance will be maintained. Third factor is that we have to add organic matter to the soil. That is, whatever residues we are having. See, we are having lot of, here you might have seen the coconut plantations. There the lot of residues are coming, the fallen leaves, fronds, and the husk, and then rice field, rice soil there. In mainland, they are having the sugarcane. So then this and then if you are watching TV in this period, there is a huge hue and cry for the pollution in Delhi, NCR, National Capital Territory. Do you know why it is? Because of burning. Because the burning of rice in Indo-Gangetic plains is said to be the reason for this. One of the reason, not the lone reason, but one of the reason. So instead of burning these residues, if you are recycling converting into a compost and applying to the soil, the balance or sustainability of the soil or fertility of the soil will be improved. And then another factor is that micronutrients. So the micronutrients, manganese, zinc, copper, these things will be available in the soil in very minute amount. Because of excessive use of the urea and those fertilizers, this concentration is depleted. So we have to supplement. say if I am anemic, so I have to, what you have to do? You have to go for folic, this one, folic tablet. So like that, we have to supplement the soil with micronutrients. Another factor is that wise use of fertilizers. Since I am getting urea, I should not use only the urea alone. I have to go for phosphorus, potassium. Okay, like that. And then another factor is that alternative sources of nutrients. Alternative uses, nowadays we are talking about the biostimulants, bioformulations. If you are going for Amazon site में देखो, there are a lot of plant nutrients are available, liquid fertilizers are available. Those things can be thought of for applying to the crop. With this, I conclude. I thank all of you for your nice attention, and I think you might have had some understanding of the soils, why the soil is important, why the soil nutrition is an important for a human nutrition. And then there is, on this occasion of World Soil Day, there is a message from the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. I'll read the message for all of you. Caring soil is extremely important for sustaining healthy life on earth. According to caring soil is important for sustaining healthy life on earth. Soil also depends care for it, and it is care for your food, the fuel that you need, that will shelter you and surround you with beauty. A few things and the family will focus on life, taking us over the day. The deteriorating human or animal health actually lies on poor health of soil. Only a healthy soil can support healthy plant growth to provide nutritious produce to keep us healthy. Deterioration of health is considered as one of the main reasons for declining nutrient usage, and this with stagnation of agricultural productivity in the country. That healthy soil would ensure retention and release of water and nutrients, promote and sustain root growth, maintain soil biohabitat, responsible management, resist degradation, and access the environmental pollution. And happy to know that Indian Council of Agricultural Research, where its research institutions and KVK celebrate World Soil Day every year on 5th December, are attending various annual programs like play, debate, painting competition, workshops, and lectures, etc. to create awareness among stakeholders on importance of healthy soil for healthy life with a message, soil is where food begins. I express congratulations for the successful celebration of World Soil Day 2022 from the nation. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. Jayakar Saran to read the message from DDG, Dr. Saran.
Very good morning to all. On this World Soil Day, our DG, Dr. Himanshu Pathak sir, has given a message for all of us. So let me read out for you all. In India, agriculture and allied sector is one of the important sectors for life and livelihood of the people. As such, the sector utilizes the lion's share of available land and water resources. Hence, the sustainable management of these resources is crucial for ensuring productivity of agriculture and food systems, and thereby the food security and nutrition of the growing population. When population was low, the single crop in a year was a normal agricultural practice. As the population grew, the demand for food, fiber, feed, and fuel also escalated, resulting into multiple and intensive cropping. This led to overutilization of resources in many geographies and mismanagement of applied inputs that affected the soil health adversely, as evident from increased land degradation, groundwater imbalances, low soil fertility, and impaired soil health, food contamination, and environmental pollution. The climate change, global warming, and associated impacts have aggravated this situation. Today's challenge is realizing high food production for food security and nutrition while maintaining the soil health and productivity. This requires continuous and constant monitoring of soil resources, along with putting in place the appropriate strategies for safe resource use to sustain higher food crop productivity. It is heartening to learn that Indian Council of Agricultural Research (ICAR), through its research institutions and KV case, celebrates World Soil Day every year on 5th December to create awareness among the stakeholders on soils where food begins. I wish all success to the World Soil Day celebrations. Thank you.